Hello guys, today I want to present to you our new package, more like idea of a package for Laravel, a free package called Laravel Permissions UI, basically for managing the permissions based on Spotty permission package. And we have released this package while preparing some content on how to create packages in general. So there will be articles, maybe a course on how to create packages, not sure yet. So as an example of how to create a package, we decided that it could be also something really useful for the community. So today I will demonstrate you the package and I need your opinions, your advice, suggestions, bug reports, or anything you want on version 0.1 of Laravel Permissions UI. So first the idea and then the demonstration. So there is a very popular package, perhaps the most popular one about the permissions in Laravel from well-known guys Spotty, which allows you to give permission or assign role to any users. But this package handles the backend part, the models and associations with them, but it doesn't have the visual UI, the visual admin panel or dashboard. In their own documentation, they have a section called UI options with links to existing community packages or dashboards. But majority of those links that I've checked are pretty old, like even this Laravel 6 is the first on the list. And not only that, we had our own roles permissions manager dashboard like this based on our quick admin panel at the time, but it was created also like 3 years ago with Laravel 6. We kinda abandoned it because there were no requests or issues from people, but still it got 600 stars over the years, so maybe the demand is there. So the idea for this package is to create Laravel Permissions UI, which you would be able to include in any of your project which already uses Spotty permission. So let me demonstrate and then you may comment whether you like that idea and whether we should build more functions and flexibility around that. So first here I have a new totally fresh Laravel project in my folder project 2, and first I need to install and configure the Spotty permission package, the backend. Without that package, our package wouldn't work. So installation of the Spotty permission, I just copy and paste composer require, then we'll publish the migrations. So publish the migrations, PHP artisan migrate fresh just in case, because I did have something in the database already with seeds, just in case, okay. So we have permissions table created by Spotty package. And finally, we need to configure the user model, which is in the basic usage section from what I remember. So in the user model, this is exactly what we need to do. Add has roles in the list of traits, has roles here, and this should be enough. Now the Laravel project uses the Spotty permission package and can assign the roles or permissions to users, but we don't have any visual dashboard for that, right? The next step to have any visual dashboard is to install some kind of starter kit, and I'm a really big fan of Laravel Breeze, which is the most simple one. So I do composer require Laravel Breeze, then we'll do Breeze install. And on top of that, I will install our package permission UI. So PHP artisan breeze install. And by the way, Breeze is doing npm run build under the hood, not npm run dev. So we don't need to start any Vite server or anything. We just can load the page, which is this one, default Laravel homepage with registration ability. So let's actually register as a user, for example. And we are in the dashboard, and now let's install our permission UI. This is where we'll get to the actual topic of this video, and let's see how it works. So we'll get to the README of our Laravel Permissions UI, and we do composer require. Composer require, it's still a version 0.1, so not fully ready for production. There may be bugs or improvements, so please be active in reporting everything. We've installed the package. Let's also publish the config, because we may change some parameters. For now, there are 3 configurable options, vendor publish, and now we can load the dashboard to manage users, roles, and permissions. To do that, we just go to permissions, /permissions. Oh, and we need to rebuild the styles, npm run build. That's maybe the downside of having npm run build. Maybe it's better to have npm run dev and server with refresh in the background, but that's your personal preference. Now we refresh, it looks a bit better. So what do we have here? We have a table, or in fact 3 tables, 3 menu items. You can manage users and assign the roles to them. For now, roles is empty. and then separate menu items for roles and permissions. So for example, we go to roles, we create a role of admin, for example, then another role of create, for example, simple user or something. Then we can add permissions, like for example, create users and assign the roles. So simple user will not be able to create users, but admin will be able. So we save, and then for example, we get back to users, then we can edit the user, but in this case, we're not allowing to edit the user like password or email or anything, just edit the roles, admin or user or both. So in our case, let's assign the admin role to Leandra. So basically that's it, the version 0.1, which would allow you to create roles and permissions and assign roles to admin or to any other user. So it's kind of a separate dashboard which doesn't interact with any of your project logic. And for now, there are only a few options that you can configure. Probably the most important one is this one, middleware. That dashboard is by default protected by auth, but you probably should add another layer like is admin middleware or something like that. So permissions and roles and users would be accessible only to your admin users. And also a few things that you can change in terms of URLs. So how do you call that route and how do you prefix that with here? So permissions users, or maybe you want to call that something else. The design is based on Tailwind classes, the most basic Tailwind classes, so there's no visual design. That's another question. Should we invest in something like visual design, but maybe then it would be in conflict with your existing design of your existing project? Not sure. As it is said in the README, at the moment, these are all the options available for customization or visuals, but that's why I'm shooting this video while it's at 0.1. We had a similar great story with our other package called Lara Starters, where I've shot the video when it was at 0.1, and then after your feedback, there were improvements until the actual official release. So maybe if this package gains some traction, popularity, and your feedback, it will grow into something more serious. And if it doesn't, I will still use it as an example for upcoming tutorial on how to create packages. So look for that on laraveldaily.com in upcoming weeks. It will be available for premium members, so you should subscribe to monthly or yearly membership at laraveldaily.com. That's it for this time, and see you guys in other videos.